Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, just doing some mic checks, everybody. We're almost about to begin. So, how's everybody doing? Hello everybody, how are y'all doing? I'm doing fan-freaking-tastic. Matter of fact, I feel like I should finish the game today. Should I finish the game? That is a completely different story. Simply, I'm not sure how much horror I'm going to be able to handle. As you can see, it is 6 p.m. right now, the sun is out. I'd rather do this now than later. But, anyway, I guess we could begin. But, just to avoid any nasty surprises, I'm gonna lower the volume by a lot. Oh, yeah, the amalgamation. So, I am not ready, okay? I just want to let you guys know, I'd rather get this over with. Sadly, if I ever want to do the completionist route, I have to replay Act 2 a whole lot of times. That's not something I want to do. So unfortunately, I think if I ever want to play Act 2 again, it's gonna have to be sporadically. So, just so it's out there, Doki Doki Literature Club is not what it seems. Okay, if you're easily disturbed, if you're scared easily, if you're triggered by quite a few things, I would advise either watching this with caution or not at all. Okay? So, here we go. Now there was a glitch moments before this scene with Monika. Like her eyes were just popping out or something, or were getting bigger. So that's not something I've seen before in this game. So I'm thinking, did they add a few new things to this game in Doki Doki Literature Plus? Probably. So I'm here wondering, what kind of horrors am I going to be subjected to? Okay, so I guess, seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Andress. All words escape me in the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monika's boyfriend, right? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. So she's vice president instead of Yuri, huh? Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Andress in the classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance when you brought anyone new? I was going to... Well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Andress? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Yeah. I still don't trust you, Monika. Seriously, you lost any trust that I had in you. It was completely gone when Sayori first mentioned that you've been telling her things, and she didn't want to elaborate on those. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't any more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow at this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Just a little. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Well, I'm a soda kind of guy, but I've tea before. I'm not completely against it. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, interest. What kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Oh, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. I shouldn't be this close to the TV. I should probably back away. One moment, everybody. I really hate this, you know. Why am I playing this game? Like, there are things that I could be doing. Like playing Final Fantasy 14, you know? Like, you girls don't play games, do ya? No, I didn't think so. Okay. Focus. This game does such a good job at horror. That's my personal opinion. Like, I just want to point this out. Like, games like, say, The Last of Us. Like, The Last of Us scared me for a minute because that was my first survival horror game. Just my first horror game in general. It scared me for a while, but then once I got used to the mechanics, it was alright. I was able to plow through it a few times. Then, Dead Space, which was also terrifying in its own right, but at the same time, at least there, you could fight back. Yeah, sure, there were cheap jump scares, but, yeah, you usually took care of those. As for here, I can't help but feel tense. And even though I know what's coming, I don't exactly know in what precise moment it's gonna come. There's so much dialogue that I can't remember the exact point where you'll see it. Okay. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. I can't delay this, because the sooner I get this over with, the sooner I can put this behind me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Here it goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you in for a loop? That's this game in a nutshell. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. That is this game in a nutshell. But read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. That just, like, it's okay. So, what they're doing here is, like, they're talking about one thing, but we all clearly know that's this game, okay? They're describing this game. I hate horror. You and I, Natsuki, you and I, okay? You and I are two peas in a pod. We're on the same wavelength here, okay? MC here is on a wavelength with Sayori, but you and me, you and I are on the same wavelength, okay? Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over at me for a split second. Never mind. Wait, do I scare you? That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. You look like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Huh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. It takes a while. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? When you share some of your own work, you can set an example and help Nancy feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Nat and Yuri. Oh, I should probably start calling you Nat. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is here. Yeah. That was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club, as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Andrews? Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I've blindly come forward for what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Natsuki looks mad. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... These girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Andrews. Yes, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel like I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Andrews? Yeah. It could be fun, right? She really did scare me for a moment. Well, I scared you for just a moment. The three of you are gonna scare me through this entire chapter. Okay? So, we're not even. We're not square. I mean, we're square right now, but we're not gonna be later. Obviously, the writing poems is the price to pay to spend time with these beautiful girls. Well, let me tell you something. Just because somebody looks cute, pretty, beautiful, anything, doesn't mean you have to let something else do the thinking. Okay? Use your brain. Perhaps maybe even your heart. But nothing else. Okay? Sadly, it seems like it's too late for me. So, we're diving in. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would have been super pissed. Answers, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? What's that supposed to mean, Monika? Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Andrews, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. You and I both, buddy. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Okay. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I guess I just need to make the most of the circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Okay. I am not happy right now. Because the completionist at me is make more save files, do the same thing you did in Act 1. Play Act 2 over and over to get as much as you can. I don't want to do this, okay? My heart could barely handle Sayori's scene. So, I'm so sorry, okay? I don't want to. Time to return. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe... She killed herself just in time. Oh my goodness, is this about Sayori? A third party. Who could that third party be? Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna go for the Natsuki route again. Kiss, headphone. Okay. Vacation. Boop. Fun. Yep, Natsuki's fun. childhood, Natsuki. Maybe loud? Ah. Well, she's certainly most assertive. I wouldn't necessarily call her loud. Skirt. Oh. Lollipop. Clouds. Fireflies? Oh. Okay. Doki Doki. Anime. She's gonna love me for writing about anime, I'm sure. Flower. Joy. That was the Yuri word, but I guess it went to Yuri now. Sugar. And pink. Okay. This is my love letter. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Look at the picture in the background. See, I knew that was gonna happen at some point. I just wasn't expecting it right now. I mean, look at that. Notice it. Monika pretends it's not there, but it's there. Okay. Hi again, Andres. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. I want to run away, Monika. But you know, this is the definition of courage. Courage is not, you know, being brave and not being afraid of anything. It's being afraid, but moving on anyway. I'm paraphrasing the third Doctor here, who happens to be one of my favorites. So, I'm the Doctor, and this club is the planet of the spiders. Okay? So, here we go. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least get my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Hey, Sayori, I am so sorry again. Your death is being used as a source of black humor right now. And is the club room tilting? I think it's tilting. Oh my goodness. Thanks for keeping your promise, Andres. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Too late for that. Making you dive head first into the literature when you're not accustomed to it. Okay, that was less scary. Oh, come on, he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged in here by Monika. I didn't know if you planned to come in here and hang out or what. But if you don't take this seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Ah, Monika, you're in front of the TED spots. Monika. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Andres. We'll make sure to put your comfort first. Comfort first? Okay. Well, Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book or two to read? Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Oh no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Okay, so what book is it this time, Yuri? Is it, it's not a children's book, is it? Or is it an adult book? And I hope it's not an adult book. And, this is making me so uncomfortable right now. Is the classroom tilting even more? And Yuri seems to be a lot closer. She pulls out a book. I'm gonna feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl not suddenly being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Okay. Yeah, no, everything felt so much closer. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I'm not playing this at night, because I would be panicking. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already blurry in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging through the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Oh, okay, thank you. Discussion of abuse and neglect. You looking for something in there? Okay. Oh, I can skip the dialogue? I don't want to. She never puts my stuff right in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? One sec. I want to look at the history. Oh, that part is not even there. Wait, didn't Yuri say much more than this? And wait a minute. My own narration is gone. Like, I can see, like, some descriptions here, like what Natsuki and Yuri are doing, but my own thoughts are gone. Are they not happy thoughts? Too soon. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. I mean, now that I'm 30, I don't really care if people find out if I like manga. I love manga. I love anime. I love a lot of things, okay? I love this game. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm super terrified right now. But if I can't overcome this fear, this anxiety, then what else am I not going to be able to overcome? I have to at least try. How did... I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She turns the box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait girls? It's a series I never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. Like I said, Natsuki, on the first act. Okay? I read manga that are either underrated, out of people's demographic, or just plain terrible. Okay? No, I can relate to this. I like expanding my horizons, okay? So I'll be happy to read this manga with you. Oh wait, I was supposed to wait for you to ask. But seriously, what if you held hands and kissed while reading manga? Oh, just kidding. Unless... She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It wasn't the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, interest. Consider this a... Oh my goodness. Don't judge a book, KKKKK. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe at all, okay? So, oh. Oh my goodness, it's not recording everything. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hand. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in a colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. Are you sure it's not 3 this time? It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She passed the groundnut to her, signaling me to sit there. Well, okay. Sure. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. You can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easy to be close like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki closes her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be staying this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particular... No, it's not. This is like the best thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and play through the old volumes every now and then? That's what I do. Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. This is also describing this game. Nothing happens and then bam, something happens. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fine with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? You don't? Oh, that's so cute. That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Can you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over there, over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. Oh boy. Oh, okay, let's discuss this for a moment, because she's been dropping hints in the first act as well. Okay, so, when she wanted to go home quickly on her first, after our time together in the weekend, she said that her dad was cooking, and with him, well, when he's cooking, she's got to eat as much as she can, because then she cuts herself short. And here, I'm not sure if this is a Monika thing, because we know it's Monika doing this, or her thoughts are just leaking out. This is my theory on the black text. It's like their thoughts are leaking out. And well, honestly, Natsuki, did Monika add this backstory to you, or was this already happening from the start? I mean, and why else would she have a terrible day on day 3 on the Act 1? Like, she didn't want to talk about how her day was going. Like, what exactly happened that day? You said your dad was strict, but is he more than that? Anyway, let's... At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monika's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? No comment? So? Well, geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I'll flip the page. Oh, jeez. Time passes. Natsuki's strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah. Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey. Oh, there it is. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't record everything. But look at this black box. Like, the black tab doesn't usually make it in. Is this get? Get. Oh my goodness, is it trying to say get out of my head? Or something like that? I hope not. There's Monika. Oh jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monika reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it into Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears out the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Interest. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Who should I show my poem to first? I'm gonna cry. Let's start with Monika. Okay, here we go. Hi, Interest. Having a good time so far? I'm not having a good time. I'm legit not having a good time right now, yo. Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. See, things we can do together. Well, we need a vending machine in here. Though I guess the school does have vending machines already, so I guess we can skip that. What else can we do? Well, something comes to mind. But we're already sharing poems, so that takes my thoughts out of the equation. So I was going to suggest, writing stories or playing a game where writing is involved. You know what I'm talking about, right? She's always listening. Why does that set out so many red flags? Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, But it's that sort of barrier that we all need to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Monika, my poem. I like it, Interest. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. No, no. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. Oh, okay. She'll cling to you like a puppy. I mean, that's kind of like winning the battle but losing the war. Like, I don't want to manipulate someone's affections towards me. Well, I guess that's kind of what I'm doing in this game. So, but not in real life. Okay. I don't want to do that. If I want to do something good for someone, I shouldn't expect anything back. Okay? If that person loves me for it, great. But a relationship shouldn't be founded on a lie or on manipulation or on anything of the sort. It has to be pure, raw honesty. But then again, I don't have a girlfriend, so I could be wrong. I can give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house. So she's in a fussy mood pretty often. Is that why she's always cranky? I mean, even in Act 1, is that why she's always cranky? It's just malnourishment? But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Yeah. I mean, true, I mean, that's kind of the case for me, but, you know, it's not just that for me. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. This is completely different from the last one. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a bit dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri. Yuri stares at my poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. So this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's not bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? Did her mouth seemed a little bit more open than usual? That's unsettling. I'm so sorry. Yuri braced her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a little while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What are you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick writing styles separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if the manner suddenly changes. Her stammering completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes from practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. And Yuri's picture is gone, I just noticed. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, this is the same one, I believe. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Not this time. I just skipped it. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. Too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's the first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Antris. Really? I must have totally missed the point. I didn't. Well, I suppose you did glance over it. Oh! Did she notice I glanced at it? Oh my goodness. But remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in a place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left but at nothing. Something I've noticed about the game is that the content warnings are not going to warn you about the jump scares. I mean, that stuff is probably mild to a lot of people. So they just focus on big topics like suicide, depression, neglect, self-hate, abuse, things like that. Things that actually trigger people. A jump scare scares you just for a little while. And while you may feel like your nerves are wrecked, you eventually get over it. But it's not always easy for people to get over something that triggers them. So, yeah. If you don't like jump scares, then you're in for a bad time. I certainly am. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. I just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki! Maybe nothing changes, and no scares are waiting for me. Okay, let's start with the things that I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Huh? Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this because I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable to share yours. Like Monika said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem. Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. You went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets harder for those. You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world, like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. I call it a win. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. Okay, so it's the same one. Eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school always thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight into the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in that last line. So you did. It gives more weight to it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one. Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud. But if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Hey, I would like to be 18 again, okay? Just so I don't feel weird about this. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read and tame them, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. With this language. Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? Okay, looking back on this, like, I'm paying closer attention now, and yeah, it's obvious Natsuki starts it, but yeah. But I mentioned before, she's not without flaws, and this is one of them. Hey, kitty cat. Excuse me, guys. I had to step away for a couple of minutes. And, brace yourselves for what's coming next. Alright, I'm back. Sorry I didn't need to do much, but anyway, brace yourselves. It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You had to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it. And Andreas liked it too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my own writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Andreas liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh boy. Oh, I didn't realize you were invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Plus that Andreas appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who magically grew a size bigger as soon as Andreas started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. You're taking out your own... Oh, shit. Oh, that's just gonna keep happening, isn't it? Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy. Oh my goodness, this is, edgy. Sorry that my lifestyle is too much to comprehend. See, just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Oh, snap. Whoa, be careful, you might catch yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What is wrong with your head? Sorry, another interruption I didn't see coming. But yeah, no, I am not gonna say the cuss words. I did that last stream, but I'll be more careful this time. Cause I was panicking so much last stream that I just couldn't help myself. Now, I'm gonna keep a level head. So if I start cursing again, you know I'm losing it. Yeah, go on. Let Andrews hear everything you really say. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turned towards me after she just noticed I was standing there. Andress, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. No, Natsuki, I gotta disagree with you. You started it this time. Oh well, I guess you did. Every time. Oh my goodness. Natsuki. Oh. Natsuki. 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 Hi, Monika. You're, smiling at me with those beautiful emerald eyes, and, well, you mind taking me out of here? Can you take me home? I'm scared. Hey, Andress? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? How about the dialogue is like all shoved to the side so I can read it? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once I'm done yelling. Uh-huh. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. You know, Monika, I know I don't like you that much, but I can relate to that. Okay? So, I guess you're not alone. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, why am I not talking to her? If this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh no, she's crying. Natsuki, what? She quickly runs away. Natsuki, no, come back. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Yeah, at least their dialogue is there. Like they didn't censor anything. But, let's take the game. Natsuki. I mean, she has that cute face when she cries, but it's also bittersweet because, well, you know, she's crying. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Oh. Are you implying she did something? Andress, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Why does that feel ominous? Completely. That feels more ominous. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. Yeah, I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. It's just I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Andres. It would just be listening. I guess I didn't really have a choice, do I? I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate... Oh. 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 We're not safe anymore, boys and girls. Okay. Gross? Oh, come on. That should have been a Nazi word. Giggle. Play. Skipping. Heartbeat. Kitty. Childhood. Rainbow. Yuri. Someone's gonna jump at me just now, isn't it? I can feel it coming. Raindrops? Oh. Bed? Oh, okay. Oh. I have a feeling that's schmuck bait right there. But I'll click on it. Oh. Yep, that's definitely schmuck bait. Okay, so we got fun. Let's try Yuri word and see what it says. Oh. Infinite. Massacre? Doki Doki? Poof. Pink. And candy. Oh, that's... What's gonna happen? Oh, there's the Yuri again. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Oh, welcome back, Andres. Hi, Yuri. Okay, I'm starting to get used to things like this, so maybe I'm not gonna panic anymore. Here's hoping. I'm not sure if it's me or it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki's reading manga at her desk. It's surprisingly Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday. I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we're just being a little extra sensitive because it was the first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided, though, there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Andres, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything's a little brighter with you around. And... oh boy. Sorry. What am I saying right now? I just... Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. Okay, so Yuri didn't do anything. She just said something horrible. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Huh? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology if it helps you. Let's check the history on that. Oh! Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Aw, this is kind of wholesome. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I don't know what you did yesterday, Monika. I don't know what you did. Like, you're the one that talked to me. Next thing I know, we're doing the poems again. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. Okay, let's think about things for a moment. So, day one was introducing ourselves in the club. Day two was the events of the day before. Then saying so many mean things to each other. This is day three. And I think there's a day 4 before the weekend. So, 2 more days. We're actually halfway done with this act, aren't we? So I'm still impressed. Thanks you. Oh, that just feels a little out of place. You should play something for us sometime. Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Interest. Monika smiles sweetly. There's that fight or flight feeling again. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us just talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run up into the closet. Interest. Since your compliment put me in a good mood, I was wondering if... hang on, there's a... What do you want, kitty cat? We fed you? We put water in your bowl? You want attention? You want attention, don't you? Oh, come here, little kitty cat. Come here. Come here. She's my old cat. She's, I believe she's gonna be 10 this year. I was wondering if people would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. In the club. Yeah, I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. Oh, okay, the cat just walked in my PlayStation and I thought it turned off or something. Oh, okay. So you pretty much took me away from Natsuki, even though I wrote the poem about her. This is not gonna end well. What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. That's not what you said the first time. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start to selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affecting them to... Oh, wait, this sounds like a good D&D hook. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. Relax, Yuri, I know what you meant. That's kind of... dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Gee, doesn't that sound familiar? Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Andres? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look from a... sorry, the cat's in the way. Come on, get out of there. Challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? What's the history say? Not again. Let's save. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly what now? Oh, they're not gonna show that. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So like I said, the black tits I think is the pot leaking out. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Oh shit! Oh man, that's okay. I was getting comfortable, and then that was basically a sucker punch. Oh boy. I better back away from the screen again. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fun if I sit here, right? I sit into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I opened the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. Oh. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just, wait a minute. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, I laugh just like Monika. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean each other in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Is this getting hot in here or what? I feel like my left arm is in the way, so I hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds up the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than ever before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. She's smiling at me. So cute. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Thanks. They continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but main character kinda reminds me of you a little bit. Huh? Oh, she looks excited now. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. She's self-conscious about it. Oh boy. I was just thinking the way she second guesses the things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Oh. What were you thinking about, Yuri? Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Interest? Did something happen just now? Like you don't know. Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Alright. Something horrible is about to happen, so we're gonna get that part out of the way. Well, it's not terrible, but it's very disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club really writes really different from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over at my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Oh! Oh, ho, 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 ho. What's this? Is this code? It's probably code. Okay. Interest. Uh-oh. Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. Yes, Natsuki, I understand. You were waiting for me. I am so sorry. It's just Yuri took me away, okay? I was waiting for a long time. Here it comes. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. I agree. She's already making me uncomfortable. I'd rather be with you. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't hate me, Andres, do you? No, Natsuki, I don't hate you. This is really freaky, but I don't hate you, okay? And whatever happens, I deserve it. Do you hate me? I don't. Do you want me to go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. I won't. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. I'm gonna... Oh, she's bleeding. She's bleeding. Her eye's bleeding. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Oh my goodness. That's not the end. Okay, that didn't make me as anxious as the Sayori scene from last stream, so. Okay, Monika. Hi again, Andres. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. And this boy is gonna pretend that didn't happen. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe we can come up with a masterpiece. Okay, I'm gonna skip some of this. I gave my poem to Monika. Alright. Great job, Andres. I was going ooh with my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I tried to make it cute for Natsuki. What are you talking about? I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Oh, I'd relate to this boy more than I thought. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Yeah. That's a habit I gotta quit, isn't it? That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I didn't mean that it's like a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I'm not treating her with a lot of kindness, I'm treating her with basic kindness. And she's getting off on that. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. Is this girl being abused too? She must be really starved for social interaction, so I don't blame her for on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think she gets too stimulated and she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time that you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright. Blah, 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 blah. Cacophony. The noise, it won't stop. Blah, blah, blah. Sine, cosine, tangent. Blah, 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 blah. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. Delete her. I'm sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Monika, you should explain yourself. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. Thanks for my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Here comes Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. Well, there are some things that you could work on. But that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Wheel. Is that a smudge on that piece of paper? There's a smudge on it. I don't know what it is. Dock ship. A portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. Oh man, I think this girl is just like trying to write a story, but she's just writing everything she sees. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. My pen? A pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. Why can we pretend this conversation never happened? Why am I not giving her any feedback on this? She can keep the poem though. Oh, you unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could just come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. If we really have to do something for the festival, it's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. Well, I'm sure you had a cute girl if I'm sure people will like you no matter what you try. Like, you know, the atmosphere and the cupcakes. Like the last act. Oh wait, but none of you remember that. Well, Natsuki and Yuri don't remember that at all, do they? Anyway, that's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Okay, let's go ahead and skip some of this. we're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, okay, well, this is new dialogue, guys, so I guess I shouldn't skim over it. I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Entry has joined and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members. And the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members would just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. She makes a good point. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at this the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves that they can't do anywhere else. That's also true. Monika makes a good point, surprisingly. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Like you, Natsuki. Right, Interest? Absolutely. Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Interest to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Well, I can't say yes or no to anything. Look, Monika. Oh, the music's off, isn't it? Do you really think that any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Andres joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. Oh. And Andres isn't even past in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monika is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Andres want to get more members too. Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed up as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I would probably be lying. Oh, if there's one thing consistent about the MC, he's not a liar. Or at least, he tells the truth when it counts. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation... Oh, well, never mind. No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? That we're against getting new members or anything. Andres, what did you even join this club? Well, I wanted to meet someone. Someone special. She's on your right, Monika. But I'm honestly not against it. What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Yeah, you did. Is it a crime to be honest? Not really. It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. No, that's true. Word choice really does matter. That's true. You don't understand all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few... Oh. She's pouting. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. What are you going through, Natsuki? Like, what happens at home exactly? Is it that bad? Now Monika wants to take that away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Andres. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction that she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one. I mean, at least for a little bit of time. Things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. Oh. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. I'm alone with Yuri again. This could only be a good thing. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have any opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Oh. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet their club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Oh, that's lovely. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Antris? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decide on giving an indirect answer. I think the most important thing here is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. I agree. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Oh, I saw that. Her eyes dripping. Yep, there it is. Her eyes dripping with blood. You should get that checked out, Yuri. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. But each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of the comfort zone once in a while. If you would like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday. You deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also, a wonderful friend. Monika. I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Antris? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Antris before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me, as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monika. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monika waves at Yuri as Yuri enters the classroom. Phew. Things have been a little bit hectic lately, haven't they? Antris, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at the club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of responsible for that. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With just how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Haha. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's really weird because in all the time I've been here, in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why, wait, not yet. No, stop it. Okay. I believe this is the last poem we have to compose. Cute. Honestly, if we're stuck with Yuri at this point, I think we'll just go whatever. Vertigo. Oh my goodness. Kitty. Electricity. Melody. Keys. Doki Doki. Infallible. Adventure. incongruent. Let's say it's because I'm scared. Something's gonna happen and I'm scared. I'm sure of it. Death. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's... yeah, okay. Okay. Climates. Playground. Termination. Kawaii. Contamination, that's Monika. Inferno. Fluffy. Nice gun. Okay. Cool. Coolio. Oh, hi Yuri. I've been waiting for you. You ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monika. I told you not to. Is she really late again? And consider as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say it like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. Oh, Natsuki, thank you. I'm sure that's gonna mean a lot for all of us. I'm glad you're sticking around. But I know this is something we're doing together. And I know a new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl will be nice this time. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machines or something? Yuri, that's just a low blow right there. Like, that's just a hit below the belt. I wish I could reverse this. Oh, she's crying again. No. Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion? It motivates me to work hard for the festival too. Anyway, interest, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Interest is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monika? I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Oh. Thank you for understanding, Monika. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thank you very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention yourself as well. She's really approaching me like a cat in heat. I can't think of a better analogy right now. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down to the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. I'm surprised the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. I won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. I am not in control anymore. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make some tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Ah! Ah ha ha! Content warning, everybody. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. Heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. Sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh, I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Huntress, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less than when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Oh! You're not at 100%. I thought you already were at 120%. Oh, we're in danger, aren't we? It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's with you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Huntress. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Huntress, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can against the wall, rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. That's the only reason. It's because of my back posture and nothing else. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I'll have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it, so it'll go well with the tea. Okay, let's skip some of that. Our bodies are even closer to... I can't see too well. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Kind of cute, actually. Okay. Your teacup. Okay. You know, if this is anything like the first Natsuki scene, we probably don't want to miss anything. She holds it still so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, so this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop there. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needed to confirm what just happened. Huntress. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Huh. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. Oh boy. I can't. Huntress. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Oh, this is new. Totally new. Oh, okay, I think I know what's coming. Interest. My heart won't stop pounding, Interest. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Interest? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against our chest. Oh, are you sure you're comfortable with that? I don't mind that personally, but, oh my goodness. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Oh, oh man. What's gonna happen? Oh. Thank you, Monika. Okay, so, yeah. It's time to share poems. You should have shown my poem to first. Let's go with Yuri. Get that one out of the way. Finally. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Oh, I mean, I wrote about Doki Doki and cutesy things. Are you sure you love it? Andres, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're just gonna pretend. You're too nice to me, Andres. I never met anyone as nice as you. Listen, girl, I am not the nice boy you think I am. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll get myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. Ha 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 ha. You can have my poem too. Oh, okay. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. Oh, oh, this is... There's blood and possibly pee on... I can't even read this. I cannot read this. Oh, I am glad I don't have the volume up right now because I think I'll feel very comfortable with the music. Very uncomfortable with the music that's playing. Ah! Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about, more importantly, I've been doubted with my scent. See? Aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? More than thoughtful, Yuri. More than thoughtful. Oh. Hi. I think I'm going to bomb it. And there she goes. Natsuki. What? You gave your poem to Yuri? Gross. What is it with you two? Sound like I wanted to read it anyway. It's just pissing me off a little bit that you didn't even think about showing me at all. I'm sorry, Natsuki, if I didn't even know that was gonna happen. Okay, I guess I'm going to share my poem with you anyway. I really hate that I have to do this, but unfortunately I don't have much of a choice. Just read it carefully, okay? Then you can go away. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kinda strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, Well, I know exactly what you mean. I've seen it. I've seen it all. But she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. What to do? I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. Okay, she needs to go to a psych ward at this point. Forget the therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Natsuki, you don't have to make me anything. If it's for you, I'll do anything. Just please try to do something. As for Monika, I don't know why, but she's really dismissive about this. It's like she wants to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Natsuki, this is... Honestly, I just want to take a minute that this is really cool about her. Because she doesn't show it, but she really worries about her friends. She doesn't know what's going on, but she knows that something is off. Like her memories have been deleted, and she doesn't seem to remember anything that's been going on. But she knows that something is off. She knows that something's wrong with Yuri. And instead of having my reactions, and despite Yuri getting mad at her, telling her to, like go find some coins on the vending machine because she looks malnutrition, Natsuki is doing this. Like, this makes me appreciate her even more. Oh boy. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Andres? Just spend more time with Monika, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up with someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monika from now on. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Monika! Andres, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. Oh, you really think so? Tell me, I have a whole mountain of events behind me that I'm trying to leave there. Which one should I grab from the back? I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous to spend so much time with Yuri. Oh, that's what upsets you? I don't know why, but she seems pretty excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself. When she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Oh, okay, so you're just coming forward with this. Talking about your friend like that, instead of finding help for her. What's wrong with you? Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day. Like she has a collection or something. I mean, Yuri did say she had a collection on the last act. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. Okay, I know that people cut themselves for different reasons, but do you really get a sexual high from something like that? I mean, I guess if you're a masochist, again, yeah, I can see that. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. Oh, I'm enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault, though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So, I think if you keep your distance, that will probably be the best for her. But don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head. I know how to treat my club members. Okay, so you're saying that first part is like you're saying you're better than Yuri, and you're saying that you treat your club members better than Natsuki does. Anyway, I guess we won't have to worry about your poem. Yuri should have at least had the courtesy of letting you finish sharing it before taking it. Well, whatever. If it makes her happy, I won't stop her. As for mine, I worked really, really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's effective. Here goes. Oh! Jeez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at the, writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Oh, why? Okay. I hope nothing pops out at me while reading this. A dream. I was wandering an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to a wall, anything. Suddenly the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My ambition was completely swallowed by the dark with one hand. I could feel the damp metal well of the container. My lungs were already getting tired. Oh my goodness. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, you can make cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. Monika with the passive aggressiveness. Look, she's not even angry. You've upset her. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want, as long as you think it'll help. Monika, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. Let me just do a mic check real quick. Let's see. Let me go to my mobile stream thingy. Oh, wait, did somebody raid me just? Oh. Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice. I am so sorry. F's in the chat, everybody. F's in the chat. So, what's gonna happen? Okay, so I can still hear myself. Good. And that gives us all something to do. Let me just... Okay. What about interest? Interest is going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monika. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like... What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already the most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would know. All you care about is dragging answers around with you and your stupid books. You and Monika. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let answers decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monika. Just let Andreas make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Andreas, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. I am. I'm fed up with them. I want to go with you, Natsuki. We can just... Natsuki, shut your mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Huh. Oh, ho, ho. Okay. Let's go with Monika. Yeah, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking Andreas for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monika, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Andrews away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Suggestion, have you considered killing yourself? It will be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monika and Natsuki out the door. Hey, Andreas. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monika giggles, and Yuri pushes her out the door. Oh, awesome. Finally. Oh, speaking of suicide, hi Sayuri. I'm used to seeing you so much at this point. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Andreas, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monika. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. A whole day, just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? Yuri, can you keep that adorable face on you? I would at least believe you more if you did. To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? Okay. As much as I would love that from someone, as much as I would love for someone to be all up about me, to hype me up, to be with me every second of the day, that's not the way to live. Okay? You're an individual, Yuri. You have your own thoughts, your own feelings. They don't have to revolve around me 24/7. I used to think that. Not anymore. But it feels so good. Then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Andreas. I have to tell you, I am madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood on me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monika is listening. Wait, so was that a concern of yours? Do you think Monika is listening even now? Please, Andreas, just know how much I love you. We're gonna save right here. We're gonna exit the game. Because there is something that we probably need to see. Hi, Sayuri. Files. Ah, see? This was sent to me just now. Oh, What's this? Attributions. What the heck is this? Internal. Insecure directory. This is a scratch disk. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need access to files from the encrypted file share, copy them to your disposable drive and plug it directly into the thin client. Do not copy them here. Rhea is working hard on setting up the POTS email server so we can have a proper remote communication without having to worry about higher-ups. Keep everything offline until then. Paula. Okay. Sayori, I needed to see you right now because, my goodness, I am having the worst day. But okay, moving on. Load game. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself, and I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Antris. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Yuri, I wish we could stay like this forever. Just staying on this decision. Because at least you'll be okay if I do. But sadly, I had to move on. And I'm in love with someone else. Oh, the Sayori picture's gone. My goodness. This is new. This is completely new. I mean, well, not entirely new, because the background doesn't fade away when that happens. And there's blood too. Okay. So I'm supposed to get a picture for this, a new picture, if I don't skip this. So, we're gonna keep tapping X, everybody. Oh boy, it would be really awkward if somebody walked in on this right now. I'm doing this for the picture, because I'm not gonna be doing this again. Sí, ahorita me encargo. I kinda did jinx it on me, but hopefully that won't happen again. Oh my goodness, how long is this supposed to go for? Now, you know what? I'm not doing this for a picture. Screw it. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do it for the picture, but not anymore. Oh my. Blood's black. Isn't it? Well, we're almost there, everybody. Like how? Okay. Lovely good blood. Bomb it. Alright, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me? I thought it was... Ah! Oh, Natsuki. I'm so sorry you had to see that. Natsuki runs away. I'm here. Entrance, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Andres? Jeez, I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. Sorry everybody, I know I have a lot of interruptions going on in the stream. But since we're here at this point, I plan to go all the way. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. Wait, that's what you call it? I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Oh. Oh. I'm almost done. Just wanted to have a cupcake real quick. Monika zips the foil from little tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one before it's the last time, so I'll ever get a chance to. Okay guys, I'm actually gonna pause it right here because there is something I need to do. Alright? This is kind of a heck of a cliffhanger, but I'll be right back. I promise. Just a few minutes. You know, before they stop insisting and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? I can't pause anymore. This should only take a second. Oh, wow. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay! There you are. Hi again, Antris. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess you can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? At you in the game, whatever you want to call them. I'm talking to you, Antris. Or, do you actually go by Antris 905 or something? Oh, well. Yep, that's my name. I'm glad. I'm glad it didn't actually show my real name. But I was actually hoping you'd do it. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it possibly be that you didn't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Man, if only you paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about the whole thing with Yuri. Well, I messed with her, and I guess it just drove her off to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you heard that name, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all of their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. Well, you failed. I love them even more. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri. Even Yuri. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. Like that's my fault? I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsession backfired too. Just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Antris? Are all the other girls programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Antris. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. I don't understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, I'm not. You'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. Monika, I'm surrounded by people all day, and I still feel alone. You don't think I know how that feels like? In this game. Well, okay, that makes sense. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing that's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Antris. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. Oh, I just want to point out, like, that thing when she gave us my PlayStation Network. Oh, I honestly, I wish I would have just, like, changed my privacy settings just for this game. It probably would have given out my real name or something. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Antris. Oh, don't give me that. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, a group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized that you had the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. Flowey, is that you? And I knew you would get over it. Do you really think I'm over this right now? So, that being said, Antris, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. No, you're not. You're truly the light in my world. I'm not. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Well, Monika, that's a heck of a question. I mean, for one, Antris, would you go out with me? For one, you're not giving me much of a choice here. Two, you know, we are stuck with here. We are stuck with each other here, aren't we? There's nothing I can do. Guess I'm yours forever. Honestly, judging from past relationships, I definitely had worse. So sure. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Antris. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. Well, Monika, let's be real. Time is passing on my end. I'm gonna grow old. I'm already old. Probably too old for you. There's like a big age gap between us right now. Like, I only said yes because, well, you're the only one left in the world. But really, this is not love. Okay? Can you at least keep it interesting? You know? And by interesting, I mean, you know, like, playing board games or something like that. I honestly don't know what else to add to this point. I worked so hard for this ending, Antris. Well, I'm working for an ending myself. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own assistants with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Oh gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. Really, you don't look overwhelmed at all. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. Guess there's only one way to find out, right? So we're supposed to write... There's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Well, let's write a poem for Monika. Does she do that little hop? I'm bound to get one of these right, aren't I? Well, she is hopping a little. Monika. Woo. Monique, Monika, Monika over there. Hi again, Interest. Oh, I got the trophy for perfect Monika. I'm a little insulted. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Ah, Interest. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. Girl. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fancy. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. Kinda late for that, Monika. You kinda done goofed even back in Act 1. I just assumed it would be the best part of the game, just like everyone else. Like, that it would help the two of us end up here. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Yeah, no, I'm kinda mad at you right now. Maybe even deleted my character file if you prefer to play without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Interest? I have so many to talk about. Where do I start? If it takes some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. Well, kids, at this point, I would love to delete her and move on. But I've noticed that a lot of people don't really stick around to hear everything she has to say, and that's what I'm gonna do. So we have to give ourselves an hour, at least. Also, I had to step away in a little bit to do something else, and I'm sorry for that. I'll be sure to post timestamps whenever I'm able to once the video is uploaded, so that way you don't have to wait long in case you want to rewatch it on YouTube or something. But seriously though, let's hear everything she has to say. In the meantime, you can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Well, I can't leave now. Where to start? Monika has a lot of things to say, everybody. And I'm sure it would make her really happy if we did. So. Wow, it takes forever for her to say something, doesn't it? I wonder if I'm able to change the music. Something a little more romantic would be nice, you know? Like a gentle piano. There has to be something like that in here. Let's see. Maybe if I... Oh, geez. That wasn't it at all. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. That's okay, Monika, neither am I. I guess I shouldn't be messing with things like that. I already broke so much stuff. And deleted the other characters. I'm not sad about it or anything. It's not right for me to miss things that weren't even real in the first place. I just focus on the present, that this is the happiest... Fair enough. So... read any good books lately? Or maybe even follow social media like Twitter. I'll let you gather your thoughts. Yeah, it's gonna be like a lot of waiting. Oh, you know what's a neat form of literature? Rap. Ah, I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe it's just because it was popular, where I would only hear the junk they play on the radio. But some of my friends got more into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit your lines into a rhythm for an emphasis and wordplay. When people can put all of that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. Honestly, I haven't really listened to much rap, but I can agree. I kind of wish I was a rapper in the I had a rapper in the literature club. Maybe someday. Sorry if that sounds silly, but it would really be interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience. Are you gonna try to kiss me at some point? Probably not. I've always wondered, what is it about these character archetypes that people find so appealing anyway? Their personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if I was someone like Yuri in real life. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming a complete sentence. And forget about Natsuki. Sheesh. Someone with her kind of personality doesn't just get all cute and pouty whenever things don't go her way. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Yeah, I mean, that's just tropes in anime, Monika. Are people really attracted to these weird personalities that literally don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. It sounds like you are. After all, I found myself attracted to some pretty weird stuff too. Okay, I take that back. I'm just saying, it fascinates me. It's like you're siphoning out all the components of a character that makes them feel human and leaving out just the cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me more if I was like that, right? Honestly, Monika, if you were a little different, maybe I would let this sort of thing slide. I mean, I'm a good fan of the tsundere trope, if done right. Maybe I just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Well, yeah. You're right to feel insecure just a little bit, you know? Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? You're saying that like I had a choice in the first place. I still think that's enough reason for me to believe I'm okay just the way I am. And by the way, you are too, Andrews. You're the perfect combination of human and cuteness. Monika, I told you about my age gap, okay? This just feels weird. There's nothing cute about me. I mean, sure, I find myself attractive to a certain degree, but I'm not cute. Am I? That's since I wouldn't fall for you. Now you're just saying that. You know, it's funny because even though I've always had a lot of drive, there's something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. Oh. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that, and having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that a weird fantasy? I don't personally think it's weird. I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. But in this economy, that is actually a good conversation. I mean, I got married
me and my partner will still have to work. I mean, just to keep things in order. Unfortunately, that's a fantasy that I can't indulge in, because there's no way that's gonna happen unless I move to a different country. I don't know, like somewhere in Europe. Hey, we should go to Europe. I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. Oh, okay. I mean, you're actually on the right path. Kind of cute to think about, though. It is. I mean, not gonna lie, it is. Like, listen. When two people go to college, or when two people are together, they should still follow their dreams. They shouldn't abandon their dreams for the other person. Because one, what if that doesn't work out? And two, you're not gonna feel completely fulfilled. You're gonna have regrets later on for not doing what you wanted to do. I mean, sure, I had some weird dreams when I was a kid, like acting and cooking, but because, well, I wasn't really passionate about them to begin with. I was never really passionate about anything, looking back on it. Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Come on. Come on, Monika. I think internet is all we have these days. Social media can practically be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check on your favorite websites. And before you know it, hours have gone by, and you've gotten nothing out of it. Yeah, I mean, when I go to Facebook sometimes, I get lost in the video section. Not gonna lie. Hours. Anyway, it's like really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. But it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can make just disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time. Or you can set a timer to have a concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right role. Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. That sounds like great advice, actually. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can. Monika, don't. I need a minute. I'll be real. I'll be real here. I know more or less the subject she was going to talk about, but this feels like a sucker punch, okay? I just want to see you be the best person you can be. I had someone tell me those exact things. Someone I love dearly. And to hear it from you, Monika? Well, I mean, there's no way you could have known, but this can't really be a coincidence. It feels... Will you do something today to make me proud of you? Sure, like what? Always waiting for you, interest. Monika, you kind of sucker punched me with that one. And I know it was unintentional, but still. So what happens now? Well, at least the background is still moving, so I know the game hasn't frozen. Man, I wish there was a piano in here. I never got to finish that song I was working on. And after I worked so hard on it, I never even got a chance to play it for you. Well, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. No sense in having any regrets. I already get to be here with you forever. Monica, the more I spend time with you, the more I get the feeling that you're actually starting to miss the things that you had before you deleted, I don't know, the entire world. Seriously, though, that's like a superpower. Screwing things so badly you delete the entire world. Hey, you know what that book you were reading with Yuri? Portrait of whatever it was called? It's funny because I'm pretty sure that book... Actually, I don't think I should be talking about this. Wait, why not? Sorry, just forget I said anything. No. Backtrack on that. Backtrack on that. What were you gonna tell me? What's so strange about that book? What do you know? Well, it can't be too important. Right? I know there are times you won't be able to be here with me. Like if you need to go out or take care of other things. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But I'll always have you in my thoughts, patiently waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file onto a flash drive or something, you can always keep the part of me with you. I guess it's kind of unorthodox, but I find it really romantic for some reason. Sorry, that's such a silly idea. I don't mean to be too needy or anything, but it's kind of hard when I'm so in love with you. Really going on about that still. In Monica, you've only known me for a week. I'm not the nice guy you think I am. Okay? And I'm not saying that with regret in my mind, it's just... Like, nobody's perfect. I mean, I might look perfect, I might be perfect in your eyes, but it's just... How do I call this? Like, I'm fully aware of the kind of person I am, and I'm okay with it. It just feels weird when somebody tells me, hey, you're actually pretty cool. You're actually the best thing in the world. I'm not. Like, that's just subjective. You know, I really do think you really saved my life by being here with me, Antris. I can't imagine being able to keep myself mentally stable, knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would have just deleted myself when you didn't show up. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound anything. But I'm sure you understand. You understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. Kind of. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few game characters, you'd probably find some way of killing yourself, don't you? Well, maybe you'd write some poetry to keep yourself sane for a while. But then you'd have nobody to even read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say they only write for themselves. But I think it's hard to say it's just as fulfilling as when you share with people. Even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Like, remember how it was with Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you part of her hobbies too. We're programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. Oh. Is that an opinion or is that a fact? Because I feel like that's a fact. Like, we tend to like distance ourselves from people. I guess we can't help it to want to know what they think about anything about us, and really. But I think it also depends on the person. I mean, some people just have enough and want to distance themselves from everybody. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups of or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like, a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless. Guilty. And when they finally go out, after half an hour, they just want to go home again. Yep. I think if more people could understand how it works, then they would respect it a lot more. Many introverts and do enjoy having people around. Yeah. They love just having one or two close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them just to have you there. I'm serious. If you just go to their house, bring your laptop, and well, you can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between, but I think I'm usually a little more extroverted. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. Monica, that's not something you want to tell me, okay? I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing would make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you. Come on now. I mean, that makes me feel a little weird, but it also makes me a little, I don't know, happy? I mean, somebody just wants to try their best to be their perfect self, me? I mean, that sort of thing should go both ways. Like, if one person's working hard to be the best partner for their partner, then their partner should also be their partner, the best partner for their partner. But yeah, I hope you know what I mean. These pauses are awkward, but I guess it gives me enough time to interact with the audience if I had one. Hey, what's your favorite game? Oh, Final Fantasy IX. If you're talking about just like any video game, I mean, yeah, just Final Fantasy IX. Though, if you're talking anything other than video games, then I love Dungeons and Dragons. Honestly, I wish I had a full team to play with right now. But I do have my own group outside, so that's good. Mine is Doki Doki Literature Club. Of course it is. That was a joke. But if you tell me you like some other romance game better, I might get a little jealous. Did I like other romance games besides this one? Honestly, that's not a genre that I've explored fully yet. When I was a little boy, I was in love with so many game characters. I knew I could romance them, but, you know, the crush was there. It was one-sided, of course, obviously. But, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think I've tried any other romance games. Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way they try to get their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? Shrek 2. Obviously, best movie ever. That and Treasure Planet, I think. Yeah, they're both tied. If someone comes along and tells you because it did X and Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? Well, yeah, kind of. Because by saying that, it's like they're implying that that you have bad taste. Listen, I think whoever thinks Shrek is the worst movie ever, they're gonna be in the minority. So, we're cool on that. And once the emotions enters the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say, I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt that I'd like it more if it did X and Y. Things like that. It even works when you are citing facts about things. If you say, I read this on a website that works like this, or if you admitted that you're not an expert on it, then it's much more like putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it on them. Yep, except that that source is Fox News. Then, yeah, never listen to anything from Fox News. I mean, they probably do hit the nail on the head every now and then, but I don't watch it, so. If you put an active effort to keep the discussion mutual and level, they usually follow suit. Then you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset, just from a disagreement. Plus, people will start seeing you as an open-minded and a good listener. It's a win-win, you know? Well, I guess that will be Monica's debate tip of the day. That sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though. No, that's actually good advice. I mean, it just goes back to it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And this poor little boy wants my attention, even though he's been fed, he's been watered. I don't know what he wants. He's even gotten attention. Well, that's boyo. I think we're past the horror stuff now. Do you ever just feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean in like a suicidal way. I just mean like how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school, or working at the same job for some company. It's like you're completely replaceable and the world will miss you, we're gone. Welcome to America. You're just a number, and your efforts don't matter. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize that it's an immature way of thinking. It's not like I can just go change the world. Like, what are the chances that I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? I mean, people have... There's been women presidential candidates. You can probably... Honestly, I mean this unironically, you can probably make a better world than anybody else we've had so far. If you were president. It looks like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is just look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending their entire life taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they changed their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm in a net positive, and I can die happy. Of course, even if I fail to do that, I think I would be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? Were you ever a good person, Monika? It was hard to tell with, the deleting my friends, with the horror you subjected me to. Honestly. Was here. And I guess that's a no on the kiss. Oh! Oh, that couldn't have come at a better time. Did you say kiss? This suddenly, it's a little embarrassing. But if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Oh, hello. Wow, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. Oh. That's the kind of thing girls say in these kinds of romance games, right? Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. It kinda did, actually. I'm kidding. Can you cut that out? Well, to be honest, I do start getting all romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our little secret. Fair enough. How many things have we talked about? Okay, everybody, I'm gonna take a break. I'm not sure, I'm gonna take a short break for a moment. So, well, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. I want to say 15, maybe 20 minutes. So, again, I'm sorry for doing something like this, but, you know, okay? Don't go away.
Okay, I'm finally back, hopefully for good. Okay, so let's continue. Hey, are you having a bad day or anything like that? Funny you should ask that. Sometimes I get frustrated that a normal day can be ruined even by really small things. Like if you accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't like. Or if you start thinking about how awful of a person you used to be 5 years ago. Or if you feel worthless for putting off important work and failing to get simple tasks alone. Or when you think about all the different people you probably hate you or think you're off-putting. Honestly, I think I should lay off the pudding. Well, that's a different subject. I understand those days. Just remember that the sun will shine again tomorrow. Those kinds of things are easy to forget and ignore as they are. And besides, I don't care how many people might hate you or find you off-putting. I think you're wonderful and will always love you. Thanks, Monika. I hope if nothing else, that knowing that helps you feel just a tiny bit better about yourself. It actually does. Thanks. If you're having a bad day, you can always come to me, and I'll talk to you for as long as you need. Well, it would be nice to have something like that, honestly. I mean, I did say before that despite being surrounded by people, I feel alone. The cat's been fed, he's been given water, and he's been getting pets. I don't know what to do with him anymore. So, I'm not doing anything bad, I promise. You know what's kind of creepy? Even though I deleted everyone else's files, I can still kind of feel them. It's like all their lines are still lingering in the air, whispering into the back of my head. Imagine if someone after you knew died, you started hearing their voice in your head. Maybe I just wasn't thorough enough. But I'm not too afraid to delete anything else. I'm too afraid to delete anything else because I might really break things. Like if I mess with any files relevant to me, I might accidentally delete myself. And that would ruin everything, wouldn't it? Not really. I don't know what it's like on your end, but we should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you, Interest. Thanks. Thanks for believing in me, Monika. You know, it's around the time that everyone in my year starts to think about college. It's a really turbulent time for education. We're at the height of this modern expectation that everyone has to go to college, you know. Finish high school, go to college, get a job, or go to grad school, I guess. It's like a universal expectation that people just assume is the only option for them. Yeah, no, I think so. Like, people should be allowed to do what they want. Like, if they don't want to go to college, we shouldn't judge them for it. It's not for everyone. I mean, who wants to go into debt anyway? Like these people go to schools and say, hey, we want your money and we want you to be in debt. So why don't you come to our school? And we say, yes, sir, please, let us know how we can do that. Become slaves to the modern economy. I really hate that. They don't teach us in high school that there are other options out there. Like trade schools and stuff, you know? Or freelance work. Or the many industries that value skill and experience more than formal education. But you have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life. And instead of taking their time to figure it out, they go to college for business, or communication, or psychology. Not because they have an interest in those fields, but because they just hope the degree will get them some kind of job after college. So the end result is that there are fewer jobs to go around for those entry-level degrees, right?
so the basic job requirements get higher, which forces even more people to go to college. And colleges are also businesses, so they just keep raising their prices due to the demand. So now we have all these young adults, tens of thousands of dollars in debt, with no job. But despite all that, the routine stays the same. Yes, Monika. Okay. You know what? I get a little respect for you. Not gonna lie. I get a little respect for you because we, at least for now, we're on the same wavelength. I believe the exact same thing you do. Because no matter what happens, like, college used to be cheaper back in the day, but the prices have gone up. And yet the routine stays the same. So, yes, I agree. Well, I think it's going to start getting better soon. But until then, our generation is definitely suffering from the worst of it. Yeah, they are. I just wish high school prepared us a little better with the knowledge we need to make the decision that's right for us. Couldn't agree more. Honestly. Okay, so he decided to cuddle up next to me. So what do you think about winter, Monika? I think it makes for perfect cuddling weather. After a long day, I usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burnt out having to put on smiles and be full of energy the whole day. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. Wow, Monika, I never would have suspected. It feels so unbelievably good to do that on a Friday when I don't have anything pressing the next day. Sorry, I know it's not very cute of me. No, I disagree. It's very cute. But a late night on the couch with you, that will be a dream come true. My heart is pounding just thinking about it. Are you thinking about holding hands too, Monika? Seriously, how lewd can you be? But I guess I'll let that slide. I can't think of anything lewder than holding hands, but... yeah. At this point, I'd settle for a rock. Don't bite me. Okay, Monika. What else do you have in mind? You're such a good listener, Andres. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. It makes me kind of subconscious when I'm having conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like I don't think anyone else could make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. Okay. I got no comment on that, honestly. I'm glad you're feeling great, Monika. But you know, you still murdered my friends. My best friend, Sayori. You remember that name, don't you? I hate how hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff where actually doing it isn't hard. Forming the habit seems impossible. It just makes you feel so useless that you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most. Probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly. But we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, psychology, and education don't catch up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we're in trouble. But for the time being, if you're not one of those people who can conquer the problem, you might just have to live with feeling awful about yourself. Good luck, I guess. Ah, well, that seems kind of somber. You ever have that thing happen where you just get anxious for no reason? Like you're just minding your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious? And you're sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? So you start thinking about all the things you might be anxious about. And that makes you even more anxious. That's the worst. If you're ever feeling anxious, I'll help you relax a little. In what way? Besides, in this game, all our worries are gone forever. All your worries are gone forever, Monika. Don't forget that. Okay? It's your worries that are gone forever. Me, after I turn this game off, I still have things to worry about. I mean, thankfully, I don't have much days, thanks to my new job and just how life is going in general, but there's still things that go through my mind every day that I can't do anything about. But still can't help but think about them. Andres, would you ever introduce your friends to me? I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanting to show off a relationship like that. Oh, well, yeah, I think a lot of girls do, actually. And some want to keep it secret for some reason. Others, I mean, I'm not saying some reason dismissively, and like some people just don't want to make their relationship public, and that's okay. I mean, sometimes the best relationships are ones where you don't get input from other people, but none other than you and your partner. But showing somebody off, I mean, I wouldn't mind, honestly. Maybe it's because I really want to be someone who makes you proud. Yeah, I guess that's why. I mean, I'm thinking some thoughts right now about the past, but I'm not gonna get into that. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if you told me it made you proud of me. I hope it's the same the other way around too. Hopefully it is. Like, if both people are trying hard in a relationship, I think that's all that counts. I mean, sometimes relationships end even if you try your best, but I'm talking about the ones that don't end after trying your best. I mean, if the effort is made, it's very possible to salvage something, if not all of it. So what else you got in mind, Monika? I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes. Oh, what's wrong? What the fuck?